Hello there, and welcome to another review of The Shield Doing a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and tonight we're going to talk about the new album by White Ward titled False Light. And this is an album that has been getting a lot of praise lately on different channels and a lot of like metal magazines and websites. And you have to ask yourself, is the hype real? And after repeated listens to this album, because I didn't want to like go ahead and review it right away, I must say that yes, the hype is real on this album and it's worth all the praise and attention that this band has been getting. So, White Ward is a band from Ukraine and they play black metal but with experimental stuff, like they experiment with prog, they experiment with jazz, they experiment with saxophone, and all of that they blended into a really cohesive experience. So this is a band that in 2019 put out an album that I read that got a lot of praise, but I really didn't listen to it that much. So I'm fairly new to this band. So I went into it with with an open mind, and I sat down, tried to listen to it, and this is an album that you can just like listen to it once and appreciate it. This is an album that you have to take your time with it. It has so much experimentation in it that really to get all the nuances of the songs, you need a lot of repeated listens and you need, uh, everything to be quiet to have it all sink in. So the album has 8 songs, and out of those 8 songs, the album duration is 1 hour and 6 minutes. So it's a long album, and out of that album, there's 4 tracks that are very long, and there's one that even is in a 15-minute mark, like a 12 minute, a 13, and a 9.5 minute. So they take most of the length of the album. There's 2 shorter, like instrumental, more tracks, like the last one, which is called Downfall, and Echoes of Eternity, that are the shorter, more songs that they're the thing that they do is like blend into the other songs that are in the album. But the album starts with Leviathan, which is a whopping 13 minutes and 17 seconds of music, and it's very bold statement to start the album that way. Musically, it starts very slow, then it starts picking up, and then you get, that black metal with some blast beats and some like really fast guitars. But then, like in the middle, halfway of the song, you get like this jazz saxophone, not solo, it's like a whole instrumental part that's like 2 or 3 minutes. And you go from black metal to like you think you're in a New York jazz club and you're, taking it all in. And it's really impressive how they mix these things in the song and, make it work. It makes sense. It doesn't feel out of place. And it's really when they go in that jazz direction, it's really good. It's really soulful, and you feel like a lot of what they're trying to do with this type of song. They have a song, the second song, Salt Paradise. I thought it was interesting. That was 5 minutes and 21 seconds. And that song has more of a Western black metal feel to it. I really thought a lot about Nurgle with that Me and That Man project that he has, where he sings like Americana type of like Johnny Cash, but with some black metal elements. So that's something that they do in this song, and it works pretty well. And it's pretty interesting song. So you feel like it's a black metal western type of song, like an evil Johnny Cash, if you will. And I thought it was great. Then the third song, Phoenix, is another song that's a long song at 10 minutes and 48. And this one starts with some synths to start the song. And right now, synths are very much in. It's like there's an 80s revival, obviously the Stranger Things, but also I've heard a few albums on the last week, like Billy Howardell, that are really embracing the synth into the music. And then the song, goes into more black metal, more pummeling. but it has saxophone on it and it has peaks and valleys. Another standout track. When White Ward goes with the long songs, they really take their time and play with the atmosphere. Everything doesn't seem rushed, and I think that makes the songs stand out more than some other areas. And also, the saxophone use is something that's right now bands like Rivers of Nile and Iat, to name a few, are using it in black metal and and death metal. So it's something that extreme music is really taking into and using it in the elements of the song. Another song that I thought was really interesting was Kronos. Kronos is a shorter song at 6 minutes 20, and that song starts with some singing at the beginning that really reminded me like a Morrissey type of singing and crooning, which I thought a little like, whoa, like yeah, this caught me by surprise. But then the song really has some more impressive, like extreme black metal to it, and of course they infuse more of those saxophones and jazz elements that they blend so well to the music so effortlessly. And the almost the last track, False Light, which is the last track if you don't count Downfall, which is more of like an instrumental track. So False Light is almost 15 minutes in length, and this is a song that really represents White Ward entirely because they do everything on this song. There's progressive elements, there's the jazz, there's the saxophone, there's extreme metal to it. Everything blended so well, and at the middle of the song, there's like a great solo on that song that it's just great, and the solo goes with more of the saxophone and the jazz elements, and it really enriches the song so much, and it's a great album closer. And something that this album has, it's very atmospheric, and it feels very also cinematic, like it could be a soundtrack to different styles of movies. I think the band, it's are their strong suit when they are experimenting and when they blend everything. I think they do it very well. And what I like about this album and this release, and this is out of the box thinking, like there's so many black metal bands that can sound the same. But what White Word is doing is really something special, because they're taking risks and they're blending elements that you think that would not go well together, but with them, they surprisingly work great. So this is an album that I really believe, after listening to it a few times, that it really deserves the hype that it has been getting, and I won't be surprised at all if it ends on a lot of album of the year lists at the end of the year because it's that good. So do not sleep on False Light by White Ward because it is really an experience of an album, if there's no other way to put it. So what did you think about this album? Did you like it? Comment. Do you think it's a contender for album of the year? Do you like experimentation in black metal? I really want to know. So if you like the videos that I'm putting out, don't forget to give me a like. I have more content on the way. And if you like what I'm putting out, don't forget to subscribe. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the Couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.